Well, he's been christened the People's Champion for some reason. Stephen Bunting, incredibly popular with the fans. So much so that a quartet of them decided to get Bunting's face blown up on specially made T-shirts. That is dedication to the cause. However, Stephen Bunting has amassed a huge following for a few reasons. Number one, his incredibly crazy and different TikTok account. Number two, his ability with 3 sticks of tungsten in his hand. He has risen up to number 5 in the world rankings now. Winner of the Masters last year, an unranked tournament, but he amassed so much money in ranking events. He was able to get up there and return to the Premier League after a decade-long absence. He is facing one of his Premier League rivals tonight, Chris Dobey, who, if he was a Formula 1 car, he would need another formation lap because his tyres would be freezing cold. But Dobey himself has got a very big fan base. Someone who has chipped away over the years. He didn't go from naught to the very top. He's done it steadily. A bit like Bunting. His sole major success in the PDC came courtesy of the Masters. And he's looking for a first major ranking title event. Paul Nicholson alongside me in the commentary box. And Paul, I think we agreed when we saw the schedule that this is probably going to be the game of the night here in Reds Bar.
I would like to think so. And I'm mystified by the career of Stephen Bunting. I really am.
85.
But I am perplexed as to what I've just seen from Chris Dobey. Using something I've never seen him use before, which is moulded flights.
190.
Well, this is a different set from what he was using last night at the Premier League.
They're working.
I'm not going to argue with you, Dan. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But the Bunting career perplexes me because he is world number 5, but hasn't won a ranking tournament since 2021. So in the last 2 years, with every single piece of his ranking money, that does not include anything that he's won. That's astonishing.
He cashes checks. And he's looking to cash some more. Gets an opportunity to come back with Dobey on 178. Reached 6 Players' Championship finals last year, lost 1 of them to Dobey.
100.
I really do wonder what's prompted Chris to change his equipment overnight from Exeter to Minehead. Nothing different for Stephen. As he gets back to ranking action, he's probably welcoming the break from the Premier League. After 4 straight losses, he's at the foot of the table, and he's in trouble when he goes to Brighton on Thursday. But now he can focus on the UK Open. It's not about the Premier League for the next 3 days.
And he can take positives from how he played against Luke Littler. And let's face it, it was a record-breaking match from Littler's perspective. Bunting played his part, did not disgrace himself at all.
140.
I have to concur with that. Maybe it's a case that Bunting pushed Littler into doing what he did. That's often the case.
60.
An astonishing amount of maximums for such a small match, which only had 9 legs in it. But that's the kind of thing we come to expect from some of the top stars now.
95.
And Littler tonight has won 10-9 on the main stage against Peter Wright, averaging very close to 110 again.
180.
180. Chucked ferociously at the board because it doesn't get Bunting down to a finish. Dobey loves a 170, doesn't he?
145.
He was not far away from achieving another.
Yeah, he got one in Belfast at the Premier League. He's going to stay at the 20s here, is he?
100.
Why has Bunting done that?
You require 25.
He very rarely makes that kind of decision. it doesn't make any difference because it's 1-1, and already this game has got Premier League quality about it.
Yeah, Bunting, more than any other player when left with 1-2-1, will go for the bullseye first. And the reason, it makes sense numbers-wise, because you trim off 25, it leaves 96. And he's usually very accurate. However, that's now gone. We've had 4 weeks of Premier League action, and these two haven't actually butted heads yet. The last meeting was something of caviar v cabbage. Bunting the caviar, Dobey the cabbage. Quarterfinals of the Bahrain Darts Masters. Bunting whitewashed the man from Bedlington, averaging 27 points more, 111 to 84. That's not going to happen again.
You wouldn't think so. One thing that Chris wants to happen this weekend, though, is to make the final session. Isn't that right?
Never managed to do it before in the UK Open.
Not every player likes this format. Having said that, Dobey has made the final session of the Players' Championship finals, so it's not Minehead. Is it something to do with the time of year, possibly? I can't see that being a problem. Because, like you mentioned, he's a Masters champion. He won that at the start of the season. As for Stephen, he's been to the final session of the UK Open at Minehead twice before. 2015 and last year.
Maybe it is just genuinely coincidence. You look at the players who've knocked out Dobey. Last year, Gary Anderson. Year before, Brendan Dolan. Year before, Michael Smith. Year before, Gerwyn Price. He's not losing to players who you think, wow, that's a shock.
Chris, you require 60.
Could shock Bunting into a 2-1 lead.
That one has skewed a little bit right, covering a lot of the bed. Great shot from Chris. These darts look brand out of the box new. There comes a time when a set that you've been using for a while just needs to be replaced. Maybe after last night he thought, you know what? Go to Minehead tomorrow, it's time to unbox a new set.
Over on the main stage, Bo Greaves leads Luke Humphries 2-0 with 2 ton plus finishes. Digest that one.
58.
It's not an easy thing to digest that. It takes a great deal of thought. It's like trying to swallow a sea urchin whole. It's now 2-1.
I'm thinking about sea urchins now. Chris Dobey is thinking about how he can establish a 3-1 lead, and he's going the right way about it.
It is somewhat befuddling, isn't it, that one of these Premier League stars are going to be going home possibly tonight. More likely tomorrow morning.
It's the format of the competition. Some of the big boys will lose much earlier than intended.
62.
And in footballing terms, this is a battle of something that's happening in 2 weeks. Chris Dobey will be there when Liverpool take on Newcastle at Wembley for the Carabao Cup. Newcastle, of course, do play in the FA Cup this weekend against Brighton at St James's Park. Dobey does not want to go to that game. He wants to be here on Sunday. 53 scored, 49 left.
70. Stephen, you require 140.
One thing about Liverpool, the team of Bunting, they're not playing this weekend because they were knocked out by a team from just down the road from here, Plymouth Argyle. So is the Southwest curse for Liverpool going to strike again at the UK Open? It may just be because that's a 3-1 lead for Dobey.
Chris Dobey. Fifth leg, Stephen at third first.
It's a man from the northeast that might deal him a defeat. In
a week where Liverpool have actually beaten Newcastle United.
100.
That wasn't really a fair fight. This one is a lot fairer. I'm going to be fascinated to see if this change of stem and flight combination for Chris does go to Brighton on Thursday. Because it could be something he's just tried in the practice room today and he thinks it's prudent for tonight. Or whether it's just a temporary thing for Minehead and not something for moving forward, but doesn't look too bad to me.
He doesn't strike me as the sort who will just change equipment whenever he feels like it. There will be some thought behind it. There will be a plan in place.
There's never anything done impetuously in that department. When he first came to the PDC, he had a set of darts he loved. It took him ages to break in a new set when he signed a deal with the company.
Stephen, you acquire 121.
Double 18.
85.
It's an outside chance. It's a toughie.
140.
Depends on where the first dart is. Way too high.
Now it's just about taking the ton.
100. Stephen,
that's what he gets.
36.
Double 18 for Stephen Bunting. And the bullet fires back.
Stephen Bunting.
Good game as expected. Standard ranging between 98 and 102.
60.
Dobey with the higher average.
You weren't lying when you said that it could be the best game of the night on stage 2. If we're being brutally fair, they haven't had to follow anything like what we saw at the start of this afternoon. Somewhat attritional, the first 2 matches of the night. This one has got a lot more quality about it. But maybe not as much as we're seeing on the main stage as Bo Greaves goes into the first break. 3-2 up.
140.
Imagine, just imagine, if she KOs the world #1.
36.
Social media overnight will go into a frenzy. Some of the results that have come in at this stage of the tournament. Ross Smith beats De Souza 10-7 on board 6.
180.
Danny Noppert has taken out Daryl Gurney.
140.
There's some brilliant names in the hat, but some brilliant names who haven't made it. Double 16 for Bunting. And we have a level game. All of a sudden, he's finding his form.
Stephen Bunting. 7th leg, Stephen a throw first. Game on.
And all of a sudden, the averages have flipped. Bunting averaging 103, Dobey 97.
Here's a curious one for you.
100.
The biggest averages we're seeing at this stage of the tournament are all on the main stage. Is that a coincidence?
57.
Anderson, Wright and Little are the only people to average in 3 figures at this stage of the tournament so far. Is that to do with the person or the setting?
It might be the setting. I mean, the players on the main stage generally get the highest averages because the best players get put there.
41.
Time will tell, but even with a little bit of this game included, we are seeing players struggle just a little bit.
134.
Luke Little has got the highest winning average, blowing the previous one to smithereens. That was Willie O'Connor at 98.06.
100.
Littler 108.69.
148.
Bunting a long way in front here. Could finish 303 points in front. Oh, he does. That is Premier League quality from Stephen Bunting. And gets the respect it deserves from Chris Dobey.
Yeah, that's one of those 148 checkouts that was never in doubt in retrospect. But the first dart, bang in the middle. Second dart, lovely neighbour. And then the double 14. My word, that went in with some authority.
140.
It's strange how Bunting's career has panned out. He only has 4 PDC titles. 4! He's been playing in PDC darts now for 11 years. And he had his first title within just a few weeks. And 2 of them are unranked.
100.
It's really, really strange to us, who've surveyed his whole career. But he could easily, in 2025, turn all of that around. He might not win another unranked title all year, and then all of his fruit is born from Players' Championships and possibly ranked majors like this. And he might even jump into the top 4 in the world.
And then he'd be an automatic pick for the Premier League. Double 12. Dobey couldn't follow with a massive combination shot of his own.
161.
This one is just a little bit more difficult. However, he just misses out on a shot at the bull. Now, curiously, Dan, when Dobey hit the treble 19 on the 141, he asked if it was in. Is this in? It is not. And that gap in this game could stretch to 2. On the bull. For the bullet. Now, my point about Dobey is that he's thrown 3 darts in this match and has checked what is registered. Is that something to do with the equipment he's using, with the black stems and flights? He might be cloaking his targets with darker shades of equipment. He might not be used to it.
100.
Possibly, yeah. There doesn't seem to be anything different about the lighting of the stage.
He's using very dark points as well.
And when you've got dark points that are almost touching the wire, it can be tricky to see.
Well, there used to be a rule a few years back that black points were not allowed. You had to use points that were either silver or gold. This is because it was difficult for the streaming and TV cameras to pick up what was being hit with the darker points. But ultimately, it was a rule that was relaxed. Some players did not like that rule. Because the way you grip a black point like this, it's got a different feel to a shiny one. That's particularly shiny. And we've got a 3, 4, 7, and 6 possibility here. It might be something that Dobey has to clock.
135.
Standards getting silly. We're all loving it.
$57.
Only 57.
Stephen, you require 70.
That might feel like a missed opportunity if Bunting doesn't take out 70. Only just in the big 20.
54.
It's never a good sign when the single is only just in. Treble 18. Gets it. And the double.
74.
Is this game getting away from him already? We are approaching the halfway point. And Bunting is guaranteed a lead after that break, no matter what happens in this last leg of the first half.
Well, that's now 5 legs in a row. And worryingly for Dobey, he's only had chances 57. To win 2 of them. This is good from Bunting. Average of 103. It's not bad from Dobey. It's mid-90s.
It wasn't a brilliant start, but then he improved to a level that he's now sustaining. A lot of people think the word plateau is a bad thing. But what Stephen's done is he's climbed to a plateau that he'll want to sustain.
95. 140.
Dobey's going to have to lift his level. Win this leg, go 6-4 down, then come back with a bang. That's the plan. It's like being a touchdown down at the half, getting the ball with the first possession and making sure that you score. But he has to dodge one. Either it's going to be a 2-leg cushion or a 4-leg cushion. This could be a big turning point.
And it would hurt with Dobey left on double 18. He might have to take the pain.
79.
That could be a big moment in the complexion of this game. Double 18 is necessary, and that's not a good first attempt. It's an excellent second attempt. Welcome back to Reds Bar, where this All-Premier League clash is living up to its billing. It is currently Stephen Bunting 6, Chris Dobey 4. Bunting will probably feel like it was a missed opportunity to extend his lead from 2 legs to 4 legs. He missed the bullseye for a 1-2-6 combination. Dobey dutifully stepped in and pinned double 18. It could have been all very different. It could have been a 6th straight leg for Bunting, who didn't start the game in particularly blistering fashion, but he's really got into it now. So maybe the break will have come at the wrong time, but having said that, it comes on the back of Dobey winning a leg. So a couple of minutes off the stage just to recompose and gather his thoughts might do the trick for Bunting.
Sometimes the break comes at just the right time so you can take stock.
140.
I suppose these guys aren't really used to having breaks. After 10 or 11 legs, play Premier League darts, you've got to go solid. That's pretty solid.
It doesn't get said often, but at this time of year, you don't tend to get many long format matches. It's either 1st to 6 in the Players' Championships, the European Tour events, and the Premier League.
Correct. The long format stuff is usually reserved for the match play onwards.
60.
You've got the Grand Prix after, the Grand Slam, the Europeans. But if you go deep in the Masters,
121.
you do have a few
Stephen, you require 161.
longer format matches in that one, albeit with a different format now. Surely bullseye.
90.
This time he does use it well.
149.
This for a break of throw. We've seen 148. Chris Dobey goes one better with a 149. And all of a sudden, this game is different. And there's a real stride about Dobey now.
That will make him feel good.
59.
But the only way it makes you feel really good is if you get to 6-6. If you surrender your throw immediately back to Bunting, that 149 means nothing.
86.
Just looking back at Chris's UK Open history, been to the last 16 twice. Sorry, I do beg your pardon, 3 times.
96.
Twice at Minehead. 2018 and 2020 at Minehead. 2021 at Milton Keynes, where he lost to Gezi Price by 10 legs to 5. But for someone of his calibre, I suppose it is a bit of a surprise he's not made the quarterfinals of the UK Open before.
140.
These two, of course,
95.
in 2024 were the top 2 seeds of the Players' Championship Order of Merit. If Bunting had played Players' Championship 30 and had won a game, he would have been the #1 seed for the PCF.
There's only a couple of £100 between them. It was a very, very small margin as well.
Yeah, 1 game. He could have been the #1 seed for the finals here in November, having not won an event, which is ridiculous. Double top.
52.
We aren't level yet. There's no guarantee we will be. There's no guarantee in darts unless that dart goes in.
$56. Chris, you've acquired 20.
Double 10 for Chris Dobey, who's under no real pressure from Bunting. He's getting closer, and he's still having to lean across to check if those points are in. None of them are.
Stephen, you acquire 164.
I don't know if you've noticed, Dan, but Chris Dobey has gone back to the poly stem and the foldable flight. The experiment has lasted 10 legs.
89.
Now double 5 has got to be found.
10.
Otherwise, there could be a bit of bother.
Games on the
No
12
problem
leg.
whatsoever. We're tied.
Dobey.
We're getting nothing but tight matches on stage 2 tonight.
Game on.
So whatever the reasoning for going for a moulded flight for the first 10 legs, something up on that stage
60.
didn't please him to keep them in the barrels for the second half of this match. He's back to what he was using last night.
131.
Not particularly tight on board 7 because Damon Heta is one leg away from beating Kim Huybrechts. And it's not a great evening for Belgium either. Mike De Decker is trailing Cameron Menzies 7-3.
Might have to give De Decker a little bit of time at the start of the season. I believe he's using new kit. And he's someone who doesn't change kit very often. Might have to judge De Decker by the end of
96.
April or May.
Another instalment in Kevin Duke's Michael Smith, and so far going the way of the Dutchman. Michael Smith's a man who needs wins and needs them now.
60.
I think he needs something more than wins. I think he needs comfort. He's obviously struggling with a few niggles here and there.
42.
He's talked about some of the struggles that he's about to have with his anatomy. I don't know what's ahead for Michael Smith, but it doesn't look good.
60.
And things are looking better for Dobey post-break. He was 6-4 down, and from this position, he's more likely to be 7-6 up.
85.
Could have been a better approach shot, but Dobey's in that range of checkout where we've just seen him hit a 149.
Yeah, things are getting very interesting in this game.
57.
And they're very interesting on the main stage. Bo Greaves is 7-5 up on the world number 1. If she wins that game, it may be the story of the UK Open in the last 20 years.
139. Stephen, you acquire 164.
Is this on? You bet it is. Oh, he gets the flight deflection. It bounces off the left wing.
96.
And now Dobey
You acquire
is
8.
in the northeast of the board.
No score.
Flight deflection, you say?
Yeah, just a bit. That was like hitting the post 3 times in a row. It's double 16 for Bunting.
36.
He hasn't survived this one.
Chris, you've acquired 8.
Is this game turning to Dobey or not? We still don't know.
4. Stephen, you acquire 32.
Dobey looking very, very ragged on the doubles. A hold of throw this could be for Bunting. How's he going to get that through?
Give him a winch.
No score.
I think he needed one. He blocked it not once but twice. Every great contest has got to have one dodgy leg. I think we've just had somebody shout out whilst Chris was in position. And that's what happens when you do that. Not very wise from someone in the crowd.
Thank you, guys. The best of order, please, while the players are throwing. Thank you.
Yeah, there's a time and a place to go bunting mental, and it's not when someone is throwing. The problem is, if you are going to heckle a darts player, or maybe shout at the wrong moment, all you're going to do is fuel their fire.
If you're going to heckle a dart player, don't do it to one of the very best in the world.
60.
Yeah, it's like saying to Ronaldo over a free kick, oh, you're never going to score. And then he'll just hit the top corner and do that big Sue celebration and say, sorry, what did you say? Well, main stage action right now, it's so intriguing. 7-7 with Humphreys and Greaves. This one, it's unlikely to be 7-7.
119.
He's brushed off those bad misses at double 4 and double 2. But the control of this game has changed since the break.
58.
Starting to worry that Bunting might not even get a leg after the break.
Double 16. So much time to tidy this up.
91.
He won't be too perturbed by the miss. It's been a streaky game. Bunting wins leg 1. Dobey wins 3 in a row. Bunting wins 5 in a row. Dobey, in all likelihood, he's going to win 5 in a row himself.
Christie requires 16.
You said it, Dan. 8-6 Dobey. And it's 6-3 down. Who thought this was possible? This is one of those games that can leave you shell-shocked.
95.
You feel like you've got it in the palm of your hand. And then the next thing you know, you've been in this bubble of not thinking about where you are for about 15 minutes, and then you realize, hang on a minute, I'm 8-6 down. I've got to do something about this.
$60.
I've got to applaud Dobey, though. He recognised that the equipment change wasn't working, and since he's changed, he hasn't lost a leg.
$140.
There was an argument for the bullseye with that last dart. 145 would have left him on 76. He may still need the bullseye at the end of this combination.
64. Christie requires 81.
He looks laser focused now. After that little distraction with the crowd. Double 13.
68.
That one either slipped or he pulled it with his shoulder. That was inside the single 13 by a good centimetre and a half. Another one. If he'd found that second 51 and the tops, 72. It was game back on.
Christie requires 13.
These small odd numbers can be awkward if you're not as good as Chris Dobey.
Chris Dobey. 16th leg, Christopher
Bunting won 5 in a row. Dobey has now won 6. And if he makes it 7, he's through to round 5.
It is ridiculous to think that with a game like this of 2 Premier League players, that someone could take 7 legs in a row against someone in the top 5 in the world. It doesn't happen very often. I remember when Michael van Gerwen did it at this venue against Phil Taylor, and everybody in the world darts said, pinch us. That didn't just happen. It did. And at that moment, when Taylor played Van Gerwen, the darting world changed. The torch was passed here at Minehead.
96.
He is laser focused, you're right. He looks ready to finish the job.
180.
180 apiece in this 16th leg.
95. Chris, you
Bunting's
require
race
90.
might be run. Up steps Chris Dobey. Big safe 20. No, a treble 20. Leaves double 5.
80.
Match start missed.
Stephen, you require
That was a safe try.
130.
You can understand it. 60 needed this time. And another bull.
105.
Can't save it this time, and that might be the last start he gets at a double.
Chris, you require 10.
Well, these two are going to bump into each other plenty of times this year. And on this occasion, it belongs to Chris Dobey.